It was supposed to be a solo bushcraft trip. Just one guy, a pack, and the Australian outback. But within minutes of hitting the trail, he'd be running from someone who clearly wasn't there to admire the scenery. So, what happened? The first video tonight comes from Bushcraft and Camping Adventures, an Australian channel that's basically one guy documenting what happens when you take getting away from it all a little too literally. He hikes deep into the bush, sets up camp, cooks over open fires, and tells you exactly how much it hurts. The footage exists, so here we are. It's August 8th, 2020, remote bushland, Australia.
Welcome to another episode of Bushcraft and Camping Adventures. I am absolutely soaked through the bone, and I didn't go for a swim. I've just done the most challenging walk I've ever done. And truth be told, this campsite is absolutely horrible. I've got some stories to tell you about the last 2 hours of my life. From what I believe was an encounter with, probably just a serial killer.
He's walking a dirt road toward his planned camping spot when a gray station wagon pulls up beside him. The driver, some bloke in a beanie, fixes him with a stare that could peel paint. The host keeps it friendly, asks if everything's all right. The driver snaps back with, "Did I stutter?" Not a question, just hostility. The temperature drops about 20 degrees.
To say that I looked into the eyes of what can only be described as the A1 typical look of an aggressive murder serial killer. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. His car, this grey station wagon, even looked like a murderer or a serial killer's car. And I almost can't tell you the conversation we had because every word he said had, language that YouTube won't like me repeating. But I think I missed the first thing he said because the first thing I heard from him was, "Did I stutter?" And I assume he told me to get lost or to get back to my car or get out of here or something like that. He called me a Rambo, something, swear word. "Yeah, you bloody Rambo." And he threatened to get out of the car and throttle me. You know what? I'm realizing the adrenaline pumped so much I can barely remember what he said to me. I know he said he would throttle me. I know he called me a Rambo, swear word. I know he said, "Did I stutter something," all swear words. And
the driver eventually moves off, slowly, deliberately, like he's still weighing whether to turn around. The host watches the wagon crest the hill. Then he runs, legs it back to his car as fast as he can, expecting to hear tires behind him the whole way. He makes it, barely.
Clearly want to start trouble. Wow, did it freak me. I had to pull over at a lookout and basically chill out for about 20 minutes. My hands were shaking. It was just, it took time for it to hit me, and then like all this adrenaline rushed through my system, and yeah, wow. Like, the story hasn't captured the moment at all well. But put it this way, I'm glad to be here. I've made sure I'm out of sight. I've made sure no one can find me. And I was not going to stay at that original campsite. I mean, it's technically not far from here, but the way I've gotten into where I am now is completely different. To find me now, he's going to have to go trekking through severe tracks and bushland, which I'll get to in a minute or a little bit later. Suffice to say, I've had a hell of a morning. It's about 12:30 right now. Good thing I left early today.
He pulls over at a lookout, hands shaking so badly he can barely hold the camera. 20 minutes of adrenaline flooding his system. The delayed reaction hitting all at once. He warns some trail runners he passes, then abandons the original plan entirely. New mission. Get deep into the bush, off any track, somewhere no vehicle can follow. The hike was supposed to be the hard part, the physical toll, the isolation, the elements. Instead, the worst danger came on a dirt road in broad daylight, wearing a beanie, driving a station wagon. He found a hidden spot deep in the bush. No roads, no access, just him and the silence. The kind of silence that starts feeling like safety again. That was way too close. A stretch of woodland in West Yorkshire doesn't sound like the kind of place you'd think twice about. Just trees, a reservoir, some locked gates. But when the sun goes down and the folklore starts getting into your head, those trees start looking a lot less friendly. This is what he found. The second video tonight comes from Grizzly Gaz, a UK channel where one bloke and his dog camp in places most people walk past without a second glance. He tells local stories, sets up his tent, and reacts to whatever the woods throw at him. He made it out with the footage. It's July 17th, 2026. Ogden Water, West Yorkshire, England.
Camp, and then I'll tell you the folklore tales. That'll do, won't it, pig? Eh? You're gonna go under there? Yeah, under there. Go on. Good girl. Are you gonna need your night vision on in here? You probably are, aren't you? I mean, look at it. Fairly dark, isn't it? Hold on, I'll put your night vision on. What's that like? Is that better? Can you see now? This way, mate. Come on. Oh, it's nice and quiet in here. Maybe a bit too quiet. Now, I've already seen a deer on my way in here. And, hey, that rhymes, that, doesn't it? And I've already seen a hare as well that darted out in front of me, but I wasn't quick enough to get it on film. But they should be the only things that'll be keeping us company tonight in these woods, because the gates get locked at 8:30 and we're now 9:30, so there shouldn't be anyone in this forest except for little old me and Fenzel, of course.
He's talking about a friend who recently passed. The mood is heavy, sincere. Then he stops mid-sentence. Distant laughter echoes through the black trees. Not birds, not wind. Human laughter, clear as anything, coming from somewhere he can't see. He stares into the dark, waiting for a second sound that never arrives.
Sleepy shelter there. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, there's two of them. Oh, look. Birds are kicking off again. Should we have a look in here? Oh, wow. Oh, it's Blair Witch sort of stuff in it. In dark. And there's another little shelter thing here. Oh man.
Passing through a kissing gate in near total darkness, when something catches his peripheral vision, dark, coiled, motionless on the path. He jumps hard, heart hammering, before realizing it's a burnt stick. The mind plays tricks out here, or it's reacting to something the eyes haven't caught up to yet.
Come in. Like, we're fairly close. Hello? If someone says hello back now, I'm going to shit my pants. Hello? Maybe I'm just hearing stuff. The size of them foxgloves. Yeah, we're up here somewhere. Up in there. Somewhere. Yeah, that home proper creeped me out. Whether it were like a tree creaking.
Now, he's lost. Brambles tearing at his legs, dead trees blocking every path. Another stick structure appears in the beam of his light, deliberate, placed, positioned. He spots something reflective ahead and hopes it's his tent rather than eyes. Relief floods in when the nylon finally materializes. He practically dives inside. Back at the tent with Fendi, zipped up tight against whatever's outside. The folklore he'd laughed about at sunset landed differently at midnight, whether it was the stories getting to him or something else entirely. The woods of Ogden Water gave him a night he won't be forgetting. I think I'll be sleeping with the lights on tonight. 6 p.m. Two guys pull up to a forest with a genuinely dark reputation. The sun is fading, the pond is waiting, and they think they have enough time to set up camp before things get weird. But darkness has a way of speeding up when you're somewhere you shouldn't be. You need to see what happened next. The third video tonight comes from the Urbex Theory, a UK channel where Will and his mates explore abandoned buildings, haunted forests, and places that make you question your life choices. They film it all, upload it, and somehow keep going back for more. Let's take a look. It's July 22nd, 2026, Epping Forest, Essex, England.
It was here in Epping Forest in Essex the police found a body in a pod.
After 7 months of silence following little Marie's disappearance from this playground outside her home, and the police had all but closed their files. Then, following the weekend discovery of her clothes, including this tiny pair of red and white sneakers, inside a hollowed tree trunk in the middle of Epping Forest.
Death, suicide, murder mysteries. What will happen when me and Mark spend a night in the most haunted woods in Epping? Hello everybody, welcome back to a spooky-tacular video. It's not even Halloween, but today, or tonight even, me and Mark have decided to come to Epping Forest to spend the night here next to well, the whole place is one of the most haunted woods in Great Britain.
Near the water, flashlights cutting through the black when rustling erupts from the undergrowth. Then, a voice, faint, human, coming from somewhere they can't see. They call out and get silence back. Animal? Maybe, but animals don't usually answer.
Was that you? That banging? Did you just move your tripod? I'm not shitting you. Yeah, I heard that. Oh, God. Oh, this is horrible. This is really, really horrible. So, if you haven't guessed by the title, and I've probably said it quite a few times, We are in a well-known place that is meant to be extremely haunted in the whole vicinity of this woodland, however you like to call it, and it's known as Epping Forest. There's foxes going on in the background.
They're discussing the pond's dark history when Mark stops dead. A whistle, sharp, human, unmistakable, cuts through the darkness from the tree line directly behind where Will had been standing. Heart rates spike instantly. Later they'll rationalize it. Bats, wildlife, echoes. But in that moment, rational thought doesn't do much for you. By 2:30 a.m., they've had enough. The quiet has stopped being peaceful and started being expectant, heavy, waiting. They pack up, walk the woods for a bit to steady themselves, then retreat to the car to sleep. Some of it was probably wildlife. Some of it wasn't. Either way, Epping Forest gave them a night they won't be repeating. I'm not sure I'd have stayed past that first voice. What makes someone set up camp in woods where people have been building animal traps and burning rubbish? For these investigators, it's the possibility of contact. The hope that if something's out there, it might talk back. But sometimes it does more than talk. Let's see what happened. The fourth video tonight comes from Explore a Lot Paranormal, a UK channel where Lai and her team hunt ghosts in abandoned buildings and haunted woods across the country. They bring equipment, night vision, and a tolerance for sleep deprivation that borders on concerning. The camera kept rolling. It's June 2026, remote haunted woodland, United Kingdom.
What's that? What's that? What the f was that?
Hello?
That was a growling, that wasn't it? That was a growl.
Growl. That sounds like a growl.
What the fuck was that?
Big growling out.
What was that?
You okay?
Yeah, it's a fly, I'm sorry. That was a growl.
It definitely sounds like a growl.
In the middle of the woods, away from all paths,
Yeah.
why is some weird person coming out into the middle of the woods to set traps?
Animal traps.
But why?
Spirit communication gear deployed in the dark. The device spits out phrases, sleeping, footsteps follow, out. Direct references to their presence, their intent, their vulnerability. Whatever's out there knows they're planning to spend the night here, and it has opinions about it.
Whistle. That was a whistle, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And again. You're not meant to whistle in the woods.
I know, I keep doing it, and that's twice I've done it in this one. Right, let's do that, let's see if anything comes through.
You do know that in the woods, if you hear something whistle and you answer it, you've welcomed it.
Right, that sounds like a dog.
Why is it a dog? I'm going to ask.
Just barked once. Woof woof. Done. Right, let's just ask. Let's ask the question.
Did you just whistle?
I whistled back. Do you know where we're camping?
The device keeps producing output. Then the tone shifts, references to a small presence, something that likes them, something that wants to play. Earlier, they'd both felt uncanny sensations, hair moving without wind. Now the equipment is putting language to it.
Just go dark, just go dark. Just go dark.
There's something out there then. Okay, there's 100% something out there then. That was something or someone.
I think there's someone in these woods.
So do I. We're going to spend the night here.
I don't feel safe. I'm scared.
I know. We just need to open this.
Okay, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning-ish now. Yeah?
Yeah.
Why would there be someone out there doing that?
Well, we did find that bit where somebody's been sat eating stuff.
Yeah. What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
It's the growling noise.
I can't see nothing. The odd thing with that as well, there was no flash of a torch, there was no nothing. Just a lot of noise. What's...
Bly tries to rest. A breathy whispered laugh comes from directly beside the tent wall, close enough to touch through the fabric. Panic floods the shelter. They stay awake and alert until first light breaks at 4 a.m. They pack down at sunrise, delirious, anxious, thoroughly shaken. The night escalated from disturbing voices to mimicked whistles to physical disturbances pressing against their shelter. The feeling of being watched never left. It intensified, localized, got personal. Would you have stayed the whole night? They're standing in the dark when the first rock flies. Then a branch snaps like a gunshot somewhere in the blackness behind them. Then come the eyes, 8 feet up, glowing, watching from behind a tree. At that point, this stops being an investigation and starts being an exit strategy. Let's get into it. The 5th video tonight comes from Cursed Urban, a channel where Dan hunts cryptids, explores abandoned sites, and tracks Bigfoot sightings through woods most people avoid. He brings guest investigators, recording equipment, and what I can only describe as optimistic bravery. This is what came back. It's July 9th, 2026. Bigfoot Forest, Illinois, United States.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Cursed Urban. My name is Dan, and tonight we have a very special one for you. Also tonight, if you notice, I'm joined by my friend, Colby Does Horror. He's wanted to come out and investigate the Bigfoot Forest with me, so here we are.
I don't think you have to introduce me at this point anymore.
Yeah, we have our resident sidekick, Colby Does Horror. But for those of you who may not know Colby, make sure to go down there, get acquainted by checking out his channels. He does Facebook, he does Instagram, and he's primarily on TikTok.
Yeah.
So make sure to go in there, check him out, and also follow him on YouTube, which you guys have been blowing up his YouTube, so thank you so much for that.
I've gotten like a couple hundred followers from you guys. I appreciate that.
Keep it going, because he's dropping YouTube videos soon. I'm going to make sure of it.
Got one coming out tomorrow.
Actually, there's literally nothing I can do to try and force him to, but he says he's going to. But yeah, check him out. So, yeah, but guys, tonight we are back in the Bigfoot Forest. There has been a recent, I don't know how many of you guys are in tune with it, but there has been a recent uptick of sightings of Bigfoot all across the country, including here. And I have not been here, I don't believe, since the fall. So we decided to come out here, kind of want to investigate, see if we can possibly capture anything on camera. So we're going to start the day out by heading back to the Bigfoot structure, seeing how it looks, because I don't think I've been there since around November.
Dan demonstrates wood knocking, how cryptid investigators signal to whatever might be listening. He knocks, and a clear, solitary knock echoes back from deep in the tree line. Deliberate, responsive, both their heart rates spike at the same moment. Something out there is monitoring them, and it just replied.
Is there anyone here with us right now?
No f***ing way.
That was clear as day. That was a hello. It wasn't anybody talking over there.
My heart just like dropped. My stomach just like dropped. Something.
That was like, oh, yeah, we'll play it again. That was a hello.
There's
that
no
was no
like people around us or anything either.
not that close. That sounded like someone who was standing right next to us. That was like 1000% a hello. Yo.
That's over there.
Dude, that's...
Moving toward the structure to investigate the voice when heavy rocks come hurtling at them out of the darkness. Then a massive branch snaps violently in the brush, deep, loud, aggressive. This isn't curiosity anymore. This is a warning with weight behind it.
Honestly, maybe this was a mistake, dude.
Holy
All right, now it's time to go.
That was a
now
growl.
It's time to
Go.
go. Now it's time
Go.
to
Go.
I don't even know.
Dude,
where
that
the
was a
fucking-
growl.
Where's the trail?
Up here. Yo, dude, that was... The main trail's right up here.
Dude, that was by far the most intense we've experienced yet.
Dude, that was a growl. 100%.
Yes.
What do you think it was?
I don't know. It was loud and deep. It sounded big.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounded huge.
Holy. We have to get the
Fearing something is circling to cut them off, they kill the main flashlights and navigate blind. Then Dan spots them. 2 glowing eyes, roughly 8 feet off the ground, standing behind a nearby trunk, between them and the way out. They maneuver around it somehow and burst out of the tree line, back at the vehicle going over what happened. The rocks, the branch, the growl, the eyes 8 feet up in the dark. This wasn't audio anomalies or shadows, playing tricks on tired eyes. This was physical, aggressive, and intelligent enough to try cutting off their exit. The most intense investigation either of them has run. I'm still trying to process what just happened there. You've probably walked through a park after hours, maybe seen a footpath and kept to it. Most people do. It's easier, it's safer, it's legal. This guy leaves the path, crawls into the undergrowth, and tries to become invisible. Then the voices show up. Here's the video. The 6th and final video tonight comes from English Woodsman, a UK channel where Dan practices stealth camping, getting into woods, staying hidden from wardens and passers-by, and leaving before anyone knows he was there. 1 dry bag, 1 bivy bag, and the patience of a man who genuinely enjoys being uncomfortable. He made it out with the footage. It's June 1st, 2026, United Kingdom.
I'm trying to keep my noise down just a little bit because there is a warden that does monitor the set of woodlands and the pond area up at the top, especially this time of year, so I need to be a little bit discreet, let's say. Anyway, everything in here is what I need to stay outdoors for one night. Now this is a dry bag. I can't remember how many litres it is, to be truthful. A gentleman asked me, so why don't you challenge yourself? Fill one of your dry bags up with equipment so you can at least roll it twice at the top and take only what you can fit in the bag. Well, I've done that. I've got shelter, food, liquid. I've had to leave one piece of equipment out. Now what I've tried to think about is, how will he think? Will he look in the places where he knows people hang out quite a lot? There's quite a few places in here like that. Yeah, you can hear music in the background. So I want to get further and deeper in. I just feel like if I'm more off the regular spots, then you might find it a bit harder to spot me. Anyway, if this is the first time you're seeing me on my channel, my name's Dan. I like to do a lot of outdoor camping and other things like that. I like to do a bit of sneaky stealth camping as well. This is what this sort of video feels like. Bit of a sneaky stealth camp. Winter I like to go hot tent camping. You can check the channel out if you want. While you're here, please remember, swipe right to like. Oop, about falling over. Yeah, what I mean by that is where you can leave a comment. If you swipe left or right, you can hype my video for me, if you don't mind. I'll just give it a nice big thumbs up if you like what I do. Right, we're getting a bit deep in now anyway, so yeah, we're getting a bit deeper in. So I don't mind this. This is where I want to be. I want to be off the track a little bit more, don't I? So I can tuck myself away for the evening.
Dan enters a managed woodland with a pond, a valley, and well-trodden public paths. There's an active warden patrolling, so silence and discretion aren't optional. He moves off the main tracks into dense valley brush with a single dry bag, essential gear, and a 24-hour British Army ration pack. The mission is simple. Find a spot where nobody finds him.
Right past me. Unbelievable. Oh God. It's quite an adrenaline rush. It's only young teenagers, it's not a big issue, but it's such a rush when you know you can just lay here and they can walk past you, don't even see you. Wow, what a rush. I'll see you. If all else happens, I'll bring you back. But I definitely need to save some of this GoPro battery. I've got 33%. Hopefully I'll bring you back in the morning. Well, good morning people. For me, I've been away about 20 minutes. I think I've been bit right out corner eye there. Yeah, Matt. Non-existent. This one has a slight hole in it. A few times I blew up through the night. So I'll be getting rid of the air mat and the pull out there. Both no good now. Oh.
10:15 p.m. Lying completely still inside the bivy bag, black gear blending into the brush. Then, voices. A group walking directly past his position along the brush line. He kills the phone screen instantly, freezes solid, becomes part of the landscape. They pass within a few feet, lights sweeping the ground, and never see him. Afterward, he describes it as pure adrenaline, heart-hammering, breath held, completely invisible in the dark. The rest of the night passes quietly. A deflating air mat. Bug bites at dawn. But no wardens, no detection, no trace left behind. Packed up and gone by 6:30 a.m. with the woods exactly as he found them. Started as a gear test, ended as a lesson in human invisibility. Yeah, I'm good on hiding in bushes for a while. That's it for tonight. If you watched all the way to the end, you're either very brave or you made some questionable life choices. Either way, like and subscribe, hit the bell, and click one of the videos on screen. I'll be back soon with more reasons to stay indoors. See you then. And if you made it this far, there was a hidden word somewhere in tonight's video. Drop it in the comments if you caught it.